following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hello and welcome to another edition of our program, CHW in Action. As always, CHW stands for Community Health Worker in Action because I'm always in action to try to bring you health education to my community of Nashua, my lovely community of Nashua. My name is Rafael Calderon. I'm a CHW. I'm your community health worker. This TV show is very, very special to me because this is going to be a solo TV show. Usually I have a guest and we talk about something interesting that has to do with health, not only physical health, but mental health, because everything comes together. I believe in health when health comes from a holistic approach, basically. So to me, to be healthy, you have to be healthy as a whole. So for example, I know people that are very serious about taking their medications and avoiding a disease or avoiding getting sick, and such people feel healthy, but then they do not work out physically. They live under a lot of stress. They are not in peace, so they don't have a peace of mind. And then sooner or later, surprise, surprise, they get sick. And then when they get sick, they say, well, it's not fair because I'm taking care of myself. There's also the people that do one thing or the other. Basically, somebody goes to the gym 5 times a day, works out, do whatever, but then they don't eat healthy. Or maybe people eat healthy and they go to the gym, but then they live under a lot of stress in a bad relationship, bad romantic situation that drives them crazy. The point being is that being healthy is not just about one thing. It's about many, many different things coming together. So me, before I became a community health worker at CHW, I was a professional life coach. Well, I still am a professional life coach. I like to call myself a professional life job development coach because I don't just help people find peace within their life, peace and happiness. I also help people find jobs and how to turn that job into a career. And I also work with people that have a career that they are unhappy with, and I help them get energized, I guess rediscover themselves so that they can start seeing their career from a new point of view. So from that sense, my job, or the part of my job as a community health worker touches on my life coaching, life job development coaching work that I used to do because I do it on a part-time basis, but I don't do it on a full-time basis now. My full-time goes to my community health work. I am a full-blown and happy CHW. I dedicate myself to try to make my community of Nashua and the whole community of the entire state of New Hampshire healthier. I want everybody to be healthier because without health it's very difficult to live a very good life. And I believe that the purpose of life is to create one's ideal lifestyle. Now that I've talked about about living an ideal lifestyle, that's where my life coaching, life job development coaching work and my CHW work came together. Because I've been now a CHW for about 2.5 years, and I love it. I love every time that I'm able to help someone become healthier. It's a beautiful thing. We're in August now. I meet people or I bump into people that I met last year, earlier this year, and they tell me, well, I'm healthier now, I'm happier now, I have more energy in my life, I'm more positive. My whole life is more positive now because I'm following these things that you suggested that I followed, so on and so forth. So I thank God that I'm able to be useful to people. So this TV show, as I mentioned earlier, is very special to me because yesterday, and I confirmed it today, but yesterday I actually went to visit a company as a recruiter, a senior recruiter, or a job developer, if you would say. So I went from doing my job as a CHW to then touch on being a recruiter, a job developer, to help someone find a job. Because if that person finds a job, then it would be a good thing to keep them healthy. If you have money coming in, if you have good money, and by good money, I mean hard-earned money. Not money like if you win the lottery. Because if you win the lottery, you didn't work for that money. You didn't earn it. So chances are that you might not appreciate it as much as if you work for the money. Do you see what I mean? So I was able to, I was able to start the process to get this person hired at this company so that they can have work, so that they can basically have a better life in general. And to me, it was such a privilege, and it reminded me what life is all about. Life is about pursuing your ideal lifestyle. And this is more than just a saying. That's how I live my life. For many people that know me, they know that some years ago, I went through a very tough situation. I went through what I call an informal divorce. I had achieved the American dream, and then I squandered it. It was all my fault. But my mind was not in the right set. I was not in the right state of mind. So instead of finding solutions, I was focusing on the problem. And that's why, well, I should say the problems, because I had a lot of problems in those days. They were all normal problems. There was nothing out of the ordinary. But those problems were keeping me from living a good life, what I call an ideal lifestyle. And it took me many years to find myself. But eventually, I didn't find myself. God found me. And when God found me, then I started going back through my life in my mind, thinking, when was it that I felt at my best? And I always felt at my best when I was helping people. When I was helping people create an ideal lifestyle. So I went back to my storage and I found all the books that I had read and all the motivational CDs and cassette tapes that I had listened to. And I put them all together around me in my apartment. At that time, I was living in Meriden, Connecticut. And out of all that stuff came out a book that I called How to Create Your Ideal Lifestyle. And basically, I started rebuilding my life. And I rebuilt my life helping others in the name of God. I'd like to point out that I'm not a religious person. I'm a believer. I believe in God very much. But I'm not a religious person. I don't go to any church in particular, although I support anyone that goes to a church. It's a good thing to congregate with people that are reaching out to God. For me, my relationship with God came outside of a church. So that's why. I'm a believer. I'm not a religious person. But a believer I am, and I'm a very strong believer. So I started thinking, how can I help more people? I cannot meet with people one-on-one all the time. So I took all this information that I had around me from my past life, as I like to call it, and the result was this book. The book is called, again, How to Create Your Ideal Lifestyle, based on the Wheel of Life philosophy. And let me show you what the Wheel of Life philosophy is. I'm going to show it to you right here because I'm going to talk about these things. And it's okay if you cannot see it that well because I'm going to give you a better picture of it. Okay? But this is the Wheel of Life philosophy. This is how I put my life back together. And then I decided to dedicate myself to do the same for other people and to help people put their lives together as well. So yesterday, again, I had the opportunity to start to make that happen, to use my Wheel of Life philosophy to help someone create an ideal lifestyle by helping them find a job so that they can be healthier, so they can have a healthier lifestyle. And that made me feel good about myself because it made me feel closer to God. And that's why I'm working on this project. I'm working on this project on teaching people how to create an ideal lifestyle. It's really simple. So now that I'm working on this new point of view, to teach people how to create an ideal lifestyle while doing my CHW work. Because that's the thing. I'm a CHW. I am also a professional life job development coach. And above all, I'm a believer in God. Because I believe that anything that I have accomplished in my life has come through God, through the power of God, not through me. I'm just a man. I'm just a human being. As a matter of fact, I mentioned earlier that some years ago I had what I call a downfall, and my ideal lifestyle was lost due to my own mistakes, right? So I learned from my mistakes and I realized that as long as you try to be the best person that you can be and do good to as many people as you can, it's really unlikely for you to fall into the pitfalls of having what they call bad friends, negative company, people that don't want anything good, either for them or yourself, for getting into situations that could only get you in trouble, for looking for escapes outside of your body like alcohol, drugs, and anything like that. I never touched any drugs. Thank God I never have and I never will, God willing. I do drink, but occasionally I never became controlled by any substance, non-alcohol, not any, because deep down I knew that if I wanted to be a good person eventually, if I want to go back to being a good person, I had to act accordingly. So yes, I went through all the stages of depression and loneliness and being broke and heartbroken and all that stuff. But I never forgot who I was. I never forgot where I came from, because my parents instilled in me that you have to fight for what you want in life. And we're all human beings, we make mistakes. And just for the record, my mistake was just that I started chasing money and I neglected the most important things, like my former fiance and good relationships with my brothers and sisters, because my parents have always been there for me. I have always been good with my parents and to my parents, but my siblings and I became a little bit estranged. And when I lost that, when I lost that connection with my siblings and my former fiance, I mean, she is an amazing woman and she is a wonderful woman. In those days, I just couldn't see it, I guess. But I paid the price for it. I paid the price. I lived in a downfall stage, as I like to call it, for like 3 years or more. And then, as I said before, God found me. And why am I sharing this professional stuff with you? Why am I sharing professional stuff with you? I know that I'm always doing this TV show, and it's always about promoting health education, and so on and so forth. But you know, I think that life is about being who we truly are, about being happier. I mean, I'm happy when I'm helping people. So I'm happy right now. I want to share my happiness with you. And basically, I want to share my happiness with you because as I become happier, it's like a cycle, a beautiful cycle, in which I help people become happier by getting jobs, by being healthier, and then their happiness comes back to me, and it's a beautiful thing. So it all started yesterday. It all started yesterday when I actually saw the possibility to get these people back to this. Well, it's a person, but he has friends. But let's say to get this person back to work, knowing that this job will help in his health, and then knowing that if I can help him, I can help his friends, his community. I mean, it's really a beautiful thing because one we have one Nashua, we have one greater Nashua, okay? But we all know that one greater Nashua has many different communities within it. So, in all, going back to the main point why I'm doing this solo TV show, me as a CHW in action, trying to bring you happiness and healthy education, then I'm at a place in my life where I want you to be. I want to be at the place where I am right now of happiness by being useful to others. So why, I should also tell you why this had a sudden change. Because I've been at CHW for a while. I've been coming on this TV show for months. And I always say the same thing. You know, my goal in life is to be useful to my community of Nashua. And I've been doing it as a community health worker at CHW. The aspect of me that's a life job development coach, I had to put on hold so that I could be an effective community health worker. Because really, how can you connect people to the healthcare system? I'm a bridge between the community and the healthcare system. I educate people, I do workshops, I connect people with doctors, I do everything that needs to be done to help people live a healthier lifestyle. I handle social services issues. I bring people together. I help people get what they need so they can live a healthy lifestyle. But I've always known that part of what people need to live a healthy lifestyle is to have a good job. So now I will be able to help people find jobs as well as helping people be healthy. And the addition to what I'm doing now, as you know, I work for Bell Tower Home Health Care. I'm a community health worker for Bell Tower Home Health Care. I am going to start a new aspect of the company because let me not confuse you too much. Let me just say that now as I work as a CHW for Bell Tower Home Health Care, I will also be working for Agile Workplace Staffing. So I will be helping people find jobs. And let me show you. This is the name of Agile. And I know you cannot see it all that well, but don't worry, I'll get you a better picture. But I wanted to show it to you to show you that it's real. So in one case, in one side, I have Agile. This is how I can people find jobs. And then I have my Wheel of Life philosophy, which is how I can basically help people create their ideal lifestyles, how to be happier and healthier. And then, of course, I'm a community health worker. I can connect people to the healthcare system, make them healthier. So you see, at this point in my life, I'm doing great because I'm being useful to people. And I want to thank God, and I want to thank you, the audience, for watching my TV show. And I want to give you the simple message. is that life is about the pursuit of happiness. Life is about creating your ideal lifestyle. We all have pitfalls, okay? We all have falls. And let me tell you this. I have to get some water because I'm usually interviewing someone and now I'm talking all by myself. It seems like time goes by a lot more slowly when you're talking to yourself. But in reality, I'm having a lot of fun doing this one-on-one, this solo TV show, because it's exciting for me to be able to go back to help people find jobs while I'm at the same time helping people become healthier, to become healthier as a whole. Life is beautiful. Life is amazing. Life puts us through challenges. We all go through challenges in life. So life is not about, you know, giving in to our problems, avoiding problems, or letting problems consume us, or trying to escape our problems by looking out or reaching out to outside sources like too much alcohol, like drugs, even bad relationships. I've met many people that get into and stay in bad relationships because that person that they are with is in a worse stage than they are, worse stage in their lives than they are. And all that means to me is that the person has simply become detached from who they truly are. Because when we know who we truly are, when we realize who we truly are, we know that we are made out of love. We have our parents that are going to love us, you know, eternally and unconditionally. Because to me, love goes beyond this physical body. Okay, the love that I feel for my family and that my family feels for me is not going to go away when this body is no longer here. It's just going to go into another dimension. That's what I believe in. But the overall thing is that I'm going on and on and on about all this happiness and stuff because I want people to know that why do what I do? Because I want to be happy. It sounds a bit selfish, but if we don't want to be happy for ourselves, no one else can make us happy. No one can give us what we do not have already. And we already have inside of us everything that we need to create an ideal lifestyle. All we need is a plan, a program, a guide. So this Wheel of Life philosophy, along with the life job development coaching skills, can help anyone that wants to make their lives better. It's really simple. It's all a matter of wanting it. If you want happiness, you can achieve happiness. I talk to so many people every day or every week that tell me that they are so depressed, so alone, have so many issues, are so down in life. And I just tell them, listen, close your eyes. Think of a good memory, a really, really good memory of yours. And then open your eyes and tell me, when you were reliving that memory by remembering it, were you really feeling lonely, alone, depressed, down on yourself? If the person is honest, they're going to say no. In that particular moment, when I was remembering, reliving something good in my life, I felt no pain, no emptiness. So the deal here is that if you, my friend, find yourself in an awkward situation, okay, know that I went through something like that like you did, and now I'm back and I'm good, and I want you to be at the same place. With that said, I want to point out very quickly that when I do the work that I do in the community, I do it from the bottom of my heart because I want to feel useful. I want to be useful to people. And I keep repeating back to this solo TV show because I'm finding it interesting having to talk so much. I could talk for hours. It's not like I don't have anything to say. It's that I want to say things that mean something to you because I am a believer that we human beings need to communicate with one another more. We need to stop judging one another. We need to be so resentful of one another. And I mention this because as I got back into this area of my life, of my career, where I can help people find jobs, I remember people that I had worked with in the past. And unfortunately, people that I had to fire because things didn't go the way they were supposed to go. And those people got mad at me and resented me. And I would tell them, listen, here's the paperwork. Here's how many warnings I had to give you. Here's how many times that I will talk to you into doing things correctly. And for some reason, you still didn't. It's not that I want to let you go. It's that you have sort of let yourself go. If you had adjusted to the things that I had proposed to you or suggested to you, we would not be having this conversation. But still, there were many people who were mad at me, who became resentful. And to be honest with you, I did not miss that part of my job when I used to be a recruiter. I did not miss that part. But I did love, enjoy, and miss, and still miss when I could help find someone a job, and that person was so happy. At that moment, that person was so happy their life was going to be so good because now they would get a job, and that's what I did it for. That's why I'm so happy to be doing it now. So, well, I'm not going to close yet. I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm having this moment with you because I feel that we're having a one-on-one conversation. So, to recap what I've been talking about in case you just joined us. So, my name is Rafael Calderon. I'm a community health worker. I work with Bell Tower Home Health Care. Prior to this job, which I love, I used to be a life job development coach, and I would help people to create their ideal lifestyles, basically to be happier, and I would also help people to find jobs because it's very difficult for someone to be happy when they have a lot of bills pounding on them. It's very difficult to have peace of mind when you're broke, and to be broke doesn't mean that you don't have any money at all or that you're not making any money at all. To me, right, this is my opinion. It means that no matter how hard you work and how much money you make, you still have to pay it forward to something that you owe. The money leaves. You work hard for your money, but then your money goes away. So that's why it's good to have a plan for when you make your money. So part of my job now, as I think I deviated myself, so I ask you to forgive me. What I'm trying to tell you is that my name is Rafael Calderon. I'm a community health worker. I work with Bell Tower Home Health Care. And as a community health worker, my job is to bring health education into the community, to make people healthier through education by being a bridge between the community and the healthcare system. And now part of my mission in life is also to help people find jobs. And I started with I started this new venture where I also help people find jobs by working with agile workplace staffing. So now, yes, it is an employment agency, but my goal is to get not just temporary to permanent jobs or temp to perm jobs, but also to get full-time jobs for people so that people can have money coming into them so they can have the ability to improve their financial situations and also, of course, so that people can have a better life. And with that, I want to show you the Wheel of Life philosophy one more time. If you've been watching for this whole time, then I already showed it to you. But I want to show it to you again because it's so simple. If we follow these things, if we follow the simple, let's say, guidelines on how to create our ideal lifestyle, we could accomplish it. It's not that hard. So let me show you one more time. And I'm going to share it with you so we can do it together. So it starts with spiritual guidance. Spiritual guidance is just about having a connection with God, whatever your perception of God may be. I respect it, no matter what religion or what have you. I respect it. I'm not a religious man. I'm a believer, but I respect if you are a religious person. And if you're a believer, then we can sit down and talk about God anytime you want. Okay? So you want spiritual guidance in your life so that you are guided and you be the best person that you can be all the time. Then the next step here is health. And don't worry, I'll show you a bigger picture of this. The next step is health. You want to be healthy if you want to live a good lifestyle. There's no way that if you're sick, tired, or what have you, that you will have the energy to create a good life, no matter what anybody tells you. I don't know. Then working career. You want to have a job that you enjoy. You want to build a career that you want to do for the rest of your life. And that is something that we would have to talk about one-on-one because everybody wants something different. Then companionship. You want to have a partner in your life that is your best friend, that is there for you in the good times and the bad times. I call that companionship. Not just a relationship, a companionship. I had that in my life many years ago. I had Marisol, or Mari, like she likes to be called. She's my former fiance, and she was my companion. We did so many things together. And we are friends again because in those days, as I mentioned earlier, I went through my downfall years. I was not worthy of her love, let's put it that way. And I'm aware of that. Now we are friends. We are very good friends. She's my best friend now, and she was my companion. You want to have someone like that in your life. Whatever you choose to have, but you want to have someone that is your best friend, that is there for you in the good times and the bad times, and that when you mess up, she can forgive you or you can be forgiven and you can start over, even if it's just as a good friendship. Then you want fun and recreation. You got to have fun. Life is not just about work. Life is not just about work, 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 and saving money and doing silly things with the money that you make. It's about fun. Silly things and fun are different. I have a friend that drinks every weekend until he passes out. That's not fun. To him, that's what he does with his money, but to me, that's not fun. Fun is when you feel joyous, when you feel happy, okay? Then you have financial literacy. You have to learn how to manage your money. You have to make your money by working hard or by investing, and then you want to learn how to manage it. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep and how you manage it. It does you no good to make tons of money if you throw it away anyways. Then we have education. Educate yourself. The only way out of poverty is education. The only way to have a good life for yourself is education, because when you open your mind, you're able to see things differently. So educate yourself. Then you have family and friends, or friends and family. I like more family and friends. Family is family. Family is eternal. Family will be there forever. Good friends are like family. They sometimes will tell you things that you don't want to hear, but they will do it because they love you. So make sure you have in your life family and friends. You have good connections with family and friends. I mean, for me, you can do whatever you want to do. For me, I don't have fake friends. I don't have people that are only there for me in the good times. I don't like people that don't support the good things that I try to do. I don't like people, well, actually, I don't spend time with people that criticize me or other people all the time. I want to surround myself with positive people. That's what I draw from my family and friends. And then it ends up back in spiritual guidance. We have to have spiritual guidance in our lives, because without spiritual guidance, we don't have a good relationship with God. And without God, life is difficult. And yet with God, all things are possible. Okay? So basically, I hope that I haven't bored you for this half an hour. I just wanted to share this happiness that I have with you, my great audience, my lovely audience of Nashua, New Hampshire that I love. I thank you so much for your time. Thank you for putting up with me. I really was thinking initially of not having a TV show today because I didn't have a guest. But then I was feeling so good that I decided, you know what, let me share how I'm feeling with my friends. Because everyone that watches this TV show and takes the time to send me an email, a text, a message on Facebook, and tells me they like the show and they give me suggestions on what to have on the TV show, all those things I appreciate, and I really, really thank you all so much. So with that, I thank you one more time. Thank you for your time. My friend is Rafael. My name is Rafael Calderon. I am your community health worker. I'm also now your life job development coach, and I'm here to help. Okay? Thank you for your time. God bless you.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.